Today we are going to make the sectional view of the given object, and we have already made the orthographic projection of the given object in third angle projection in the last video. You can check them out by the help of the link in the description box below. So first of all, I'm going to start with the full sectional front view. For the full sectional front view, I'm going to cut this top view by the help of the longitudinal vertical section like this. And I have used these symbols. It means that I'm going to observe this object in this upper part, and I'm going to remove this lower part of this object. Now we have cut this object by the help of this vertical section, so our object will look like this from the front view. And you can see these gray parts. These gray parts have been touched by our section plane, so these parts need to be hatched. And we can see that these two parts are the complete whole from top to bottom. This and this two parts are the complete whole, so we do not need to hatch these parts because these parts haven't been touched by our section plane. So the first thing I'm going to do is to convert these hidden lines into the solid lines, because we know that we do not use the solid line in the sectional views like this. And when we cut this object, we won't be able to see these curved lines from this point to this point, because these lines are only visible from the exterior view like this. But when we make the sectional view, we have to make the internal parts, so these lines are not visible. So I'm going to erase the line from this point to this point. Now I'm going to hatch all these parts except these two holes, because these two holes are coming from this circular part and this circular part. So I'm going to hatch all these areas except these two holes like this. In this way, our full sectional front view has been completed. Now we are going to make the full sectional side view, and for this I'm going to cut this top view by the help of this transverse cutting plane. And this arrow represents that we are going to observe this part and we are going to remove this part. So our 3D view will look like this. We can see that our section plane has touched only this rectangular part, but this section plane hasn't touched this upper part and this lower part, because these parts are holes. There is a gap in these upper and lower part. That means our section plane has just touched these parts, so we need to hatch the respective side view of this part. That is, this area need to be hatched. So first of all, I'm going to convert these two hidden lines into solid line like this. And we won't be able to see this part because this part is visible only from the external part, and while drawing the sectional view we are going to make the internal views, so this part is not visible in our sectional view. So I'm going to erase this part, because we can see that this part is not visible from this sectional view. It is visible only from the external view. So I'm going to erase this part like this. Similarly, this hidden lines coming from the whole of the circular parts are not visible from the internal views, because these lines are coming from this circular part, and this circular part is limited only up to this area and this area. But we are cutting this from this section plane, so we won't be able to see these two hidden lines from our internal view. So I'm going to erase these two hidden lines as well. Similarly, the line coming from this side, that is this line, is also visible only from our external view, that is this line. So we do not need this line in our section view. So I'm going to erase this line as well. So we will be able to see only these parts from our section view, and I'm going to hatch these areas because this part has been touched our section plane, which is clearly seen from this part. In this way, we have completed the full sectional left side view as well. Now I'm going to make the half sectional views. And to make the half sectional view, we have to cut this top view by the help of the two mutually perpendicular planes like this. And this arrow represents that we have to observe this part and this part, whereas this 1/4 part of the object is being removed like this. So our 3D view will look like this. Now we are going to draw this half sectional front view, and we have discussed to draw this full sectional front view and the orthographic projection of this front view. So after gaining the knowledge about these two views, it will be very easy for us to draw this half sectional front view, because we have to combine these both views to make this half sectional view. So first of all, we have to see which part has been cut by our cutting plane, and we can clearly see from the top view that this part has been cut by our cutting plane. So the corresponding views, that is this part, need to be hatched the same way as done in this full sectional front view, whereas this other part will remain as same as in the front view. In this way, it is very easy to draw this half sectional front view. Now we are going to draw the half sectional side view, and we have already discussed to draw the full sectional side view and orthographic projection of the side view. So we are going to combine these two views together to make this half sectional side view. We can clearly see that this side has been cut by our cutting plane from the top view. So the corresponding side, that is this side, needs to be hatched the same way as done in this full section side view. But we have to hatch only up to this center line, whereas this other side will remain as same as in the orthographic projection. But we have to hatch only up to this center line, whereas this other side will remain as same as in the orthographic projection like this. In this way, we can make the half sectional views easily after gaining the knowledge about the full sectional views and the orthographic projection of those views. In this way, we have completed our orthographic projection as well as the section view of this given object.